Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Michelle, and here on my channel I do weekly cash stuffing and budgeting videos. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, please subscribe so you don't miss when I post a new video. So today we are doing my budget with me for June week 2 with my income. So if you guys are new, I do 2 cash stuffings every single week. The first one is with my husband's income. His is a lot more consistent, so he covers all of our living expenses. And my income, I'm a server, and I only use the cash tips that I make for the week, so it varies drastically. So I cover all of our debt payments, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, I use my cash tips that I made from the previous week. So this week we are working with $590. And let's see where that money is going this week. So the first thing we're stuffing, so I only pay the debts, right? So I have a specific binder just for debts. We have 4 different categories that we're working on. The first 3, I just make minimum payments. And then the last one is the one that I'm tackling the most. So everything else goes there. So first thing is motorcycle payment. So every single week I budget $65 into that one. Car payment, every single week I budget $105. And my personal loan, I budget $140. So that times 4 weeks ends up being pretty much exactly what I need for the minimum payments for those. And then everything else goes to my credit cards. So let's see what we have left. So I have 590 minus 65 minus 105 minus 140. So I should be left with 280. My minimum goal is like $350 a week towards credit cards, so I didn't make it this week, but I did make it last week plus some. So hopefully she has me working 5 days next week, so hopefully I can throw a good chunk of change at credit cards next week. We did have to put money on the credit card. So if you guys are new, we're trying to sell our house in California. Right now we live in Nevada. We moved here 2 years ago now, almost 2 years exactly. So we're trying to sell that house. We've been renting it out to our nephews, but we want to buy a house here, and there's just no way we can afford to buy a house and have that mortgage and have all of our debts. So we decided it would be best to sell that house, use our profit to pay off all of our debts, and then start saving up as much as we can and buy a house here. So that's kind of what we're working towards. So I've been giving you guys little updates here and there about how that process is going. It's only like April 25th as I'm filming this. So like by the time you guys see this, we'll probably, hopefully be on the market. But we got the whole interior painted. So I had to come up with cash for that. They wouldn't take card. So I ended up using, my rent money for the paint, and I ended up emptying out a lot of my sinking funds, which you guys may or may not have noticed already. My buffers are like gone, and my phone, the money I've been saving for our phone bill for the end of the month, or for the end of the year in July, is like emptied out completely, because I used that for half of it, and then the other half I used our rent money and I paid it. So I did have to pay rent. What was it? May's rent. I had to pay, or April's rent. I think it was May's rent, because I just did this. So May's rent with the credit card, and they charged me like a $50 fee, so it ended up being $1,700. So I do have an extra $1,700 to pay off these credit cards now. So I'm really hoping that I get a good chunk of change next week to tackle this, because I do not, that's like almost $2,000 that I had to add to my credit cards. But we didn't really have a choice, because like if we want to get the best value for our home, like these are things that need to be done. So yeah, my nephew is fixing the stairs, I think this weekend. The only thing left that I think needs to be done is cleaning out the gutters, cleaning off the solar panels, and kind of cleaning up the backyard. After that, we should be able to move forward with putting our house on the market. So I'm hoping we can get a good amount for this home. But yeah, that's just like a little update. And so yeah, like my credit cards, I'm gonna have a higher credit card payment for sure for the next couple months because of that, which sucks, but that's what happens when you don't have an emergency fund and you just, yeah, live on almost nothing. So yeah, sometimes you just have to use the credit card. I know some people are gonna say you didn't have to, but that's what we chose to do. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So let's go ahead and add this all up. It should add up to be 590, but let's double check. 105 plus 140 plus 280 is 590. So perfect. So that matches perfectly with what we were working with for the week. And yeah, this is going to be the budget that I'm sticking to for my next cash stuffing. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.